What is up, lads? It's CM9 here. So, for the second time this season, we've lost against United. This time coming from the Carabao Cup. So, we've been kicked out of the competition in round 4 at Stamford Bridge. So, that's nice. You can obviously tell from my facial expressions that, I'm quite pleased about that. Obviously, sarcasm coming into play here. So, yeah, that was a bit of a frustrating game, to be honest. So, let's just talk about it. Let's talk about the players and find out exactly where we went wrong. So, I've got the team sheet here. So, Willy Caballero started in goal. Defence consisted of Reece James at right back, Kurt Zouma and the young guy Mark Guehi and Marcos Alonso. Midfield consisted of Billy Gilmore. Definitely deserved a chance because he did pretty damn good against Grimsby Town, if you remember. Jorginho, who was captain, and Mateo Kovacic. And then up front three, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Michy Batshuayi and Christian Pulisic. Coming off of a hat-trick against Burnley at the weekend. 4-3-3. That's what Lampard started with today. And as I said, it was a pretty damn mediocre game. It actually started off pretty positive, to be fair. I honestly thought that we were making some sharp passes, playing around United. I honestly thought we'd maybe get an early goal, maybe an early opportunity. But that didn't happen. In fact, that first half, we didn't even test the keeper. Not once. Not once. It was that dire. It was that poor. And, well, the first 20 minutes of that first half was positive. It was promising. But then we go ahead and concede a penalty, don't we? Enter Marcos Alonso, who I've been saying has been quite somewhat of a very unreliable player. I just don't like him. I really don't like Marcos Alonso at all. I prefer Emerson over him. I don't know what's happened to Emerson. But I think Emerson, I'm not sure if he's got an injury. I think he's got an injury, Emerson has. But I'd have preferred to see him play over Alonso, but of course you've got to go with Alonso. Oh no, that's right. I think Emerson got an injury during international break, I think. Which is the reason why Alonso's been playing. I don't know. But yeah, Marcos Alonso played in by Jove. Just goes back to what I've been saying. I just don't like him. He made a terrible decision which resulted in the penalty when he passed the ball back to Kovacic, who had like 2 men swarming in on him to get the ball back, in which they did, by the way. One of their United midfielders got it and then got into the penalty box to try and cross the ball in. And then Alonso thinks it might be a good idea to clip the guy in the penalty box, resulting in a United penalty, which Rashford converts to make it 1-0 to United. And then since that penalty, we do what we usually do when we concede a goal, and that's make sloppy passes, heads go down, United seizing the initiative, getting confidence after getting a goal. Do you know what I mean? We've been down this road before. First half was really, really mediocre. Second half, it picked up. It picked up. We got our intensity back. And we got closer and closer and closer to getting that equaliser. And we got it. We got it from Michy Batshuayi. I think he collected the ball, made a pretty damn good run, got behind the defence, struck low and hard, in the bottom corner. Fantastic equaliser. I mean, we needed it, to be honest with you, because, you know, we kept on at United in that second half. We finally got a goal. But then, ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Rashford comes up with what I like to think is one of the best free kicks I've ever seen. I've got to be honest. It was ambitious. It may have been about 40 yards out, maybe 35 to 40 yards out, and he absolutely arrowed it. To be honest with you, I've got to hold my hands up and say that was actually a damn good free kick, if I'm being honest. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, Alexander-Arnold for Liverpool scored an absolute bullet in the Premier League, and then Rashford comes up with that. I mean, you know, I just don't like conceding goals like that, but you got to hold your hands up and say that was a pretty damn good free kick from Rashford. And then as soon as that went in, the intensity that we had in that second half just dipped again. And it was only a matter of time. I think United just looked resilient after that, and we just couldn't get through. Just making silly mistakes, losing the ball, and you know, it was just one of those games. I think after that, it was just United just shut up shop, and they were pretty resilient in defence, and they got the job done, unfortunately. But let's just talk about individuals on the pitch today. So we had Caballero in goal. We had Reece James, who I've got to be honest, Reece James had a good game. Played fantastic. I think it was one of a few players for us tonight that actually put in a damn good shift. I thought he did pretty damn good. Kurt Zouma, Mark Guehi. I thought Mark Guehi had a good game, very solid. Marcus Alonso, just a liability. As I said earlier, I just don't like him. I really don't. He just makes mistakes. It just proves to be really, really costly, especially against big six sides like United, like Arsenal, like Liverpool. He just comes up with stupid mistakes, and you know, it's just, I don't know. Marcus Alonso just frustrates me. Billy Gilmour, I thought it was all right. You know, given the circumstances against United, you know, you'd think maybe, you know, he struggled, but to be honest with you, you know, Billy Gilmour still got a long way to go. He got replaced by Mason Mount later on, but given the minutes that he was given by Lampard, I mean, I like the fact that Lampard just gives him an opportunity in the first place, to be honest. I mean, if it was any other manager, he'd have probably not been given an opportunity. You know, looking at Sarri, looking at Conte, probably wouldn't have given him that chance. Jorginho and Kovacic, to be honest with you, you couldn't have asked for anything more. I do like Jorginho as a captain. Kovacic, I thought he had a 50-50 game. Like, there were times where he looked like he was dominating the midfield, but then later on he just got crowded out. And then he got a booking later on. Then he had to be careful for the rest of the game. Yeah, Kovacic had a bit of a 50-50 game, as I said. Like, there were times where he was good, but there were other times where he just got crowded out and he couldn't do very much. Which brings me on to the front three. Hudson-Odoi had such a poor game. He really, really did. I honestly thought that this was a perfect stage for him to come out and show some real resilience, to prove everybody that he has come a long way. But no, I honestly thought he had a poor game, Hudson-Odoi. Which disappoints me, which frustrates me, because I wanted to see Hudson-Odoi show some of the quality that he can bring to a team. Just made some sloppy passes, had real opportunities in front of goal that he should have taken and didn't take them. But yeah, he was just overall frustrating to watch, Hudson-Odoi. The same could be said for Batshuayi. Like, okay, yeah, he did get the goal. He did get a goal, but I honestly thought that he should have got more, to be honest. I think he should have got given more service, especially at the time where it was needed, and especially in the first half, where we hardly even threatened the goal. To be in the first half, there was hardly anything going on. And then Christian Pulisic, pretty much the same ordeal as Batshuayi, just didn't really get too much in the game. I think he got replaced by Pedro, who didn't really do much fair, to be honest. Yeah, it was just overall frustrating to watch, to be fair. Credit to Batshuayi for getting the goal, for putting us back into the game, but it was Marcus Rashford's free kick that just cut the intensity dead. It just cut everything dead, and since then we were just chasing the game again, and we were just doing too many things at very short amounts of time, and well, just couldn't get anything done. But you know, all good things must come to an end. I mean, you know, it's frustrating when we see that we are losing against arguably a big six side again. I mean, when you think of the results that we've had so far against big six sides this season, I mean, we've lost against United in the opening game. We lost against Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. And tonight in the Carabao Cup, we've lost again against United. So, look, I understand it's good that Lampard is bringing some positivity within this team. And I really like what they're doing. And I really like the stepping stones that Lampard is giving to this side. You know, it's still a very young team. And I guess you could say the positives to come out of this is that it's less of a competition to worry about. I mean, we can focus on the Premier League now. We can focus on the Champions League. And then later on in the season, the FA Cup. But, you know, the less games that we have to play, you know, the more time that we have to prepare for matches. You know, especially in the Premier League. We can focus on that now. And we can continue to keep going. Okay, yeah, we're out of the Carabao Cup. And, you know, this time last year we were in the final of that. And we lost out on penalties to Man City. But, I mean, you know, like I said, you know, it's a bitter pill to swallow because it's another loss against a big side. But, you know, we're out. But, you know, at least we've got less games to worry about. We can focus on the Premier League. We can focus on the Champions League. Just a disappointing game. Mediocre. And something that could have been so different had we have added a little bit more intensity. We did show some intensity in the first half and the second half, but we just didn't capitalise on it. Okay, maybe the first half was a little bit drab after about 20 minutes when we conceded a penalty. Heads dropped. going into the second half, it looked a little bit more of an intense side of things. We did get an equaliser. But then that free kick later on by Rashford just cut everything dead. What a free kick, by the way. Absolute peach of a free kick. You can't argue about that. That was an absolute world-class free kick. That's something that I don't have to complain about. But yeah, frustrating, but at least there's more time to focus on other competitions that I would have thought it would be a little bit more of importance. I mean, when you look at it, Liverpool almost got knocked out by Arsenal. But then you can argue that Arsenal got knocked out anyway, so... And then when you think Tottenham got knocked out in the previous round, it makes it a little bit easier to bear, I guess. But, there you go. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Bit frustrating, but, yeah. Let's just focus on other competitions now. And yes, with that said, thank you very much for watching this video. Until the next one, I shall see you later. Hidor. And peace.